All right, FLW fans, we are halfway through practice for the Rayovac FLW Series Championship on the Ohio River. Just caught up with Mr. Rayovac, Ray Hanselman. Clean sweep Ray, we're going to call him. Won all 3 of the Texas Division tournaments this year. And now here we are on the Ohio and the Tennessee and the Cumberland. A little tougher fishing here than what you experienced maybe in your qualifiers, right?
Yeah, it's something.
Well, now you told me that you have a little experience fishing in some of those tailwaters on the big reservoirs down there in South Texas, and so I know you're familiar with this style of fishing. So this isn't all new to you.
No, not really. I've like you said, I've caught fish, behind Amistad and Pickwick, Wheeler, and that kind of stuff, and it's similar, just anything that breaks current might have a fish behind it,
Okay. Now you got to come up a few weeks ago before the off limits, and you did a little scouting around. There's a lot of water to cover out here. A lot of river miles, a lot of backwaters, just a ton of stuff. How much of that have you really feel like you've gotten to see and evaluate?
I've looked at a lot of it, and it's going to fish crowded, I think, especially up here behind these dams. But there's a few, hidden things that aren't as obvious that maybe, somebody can get on and catch a few good fish.
Did you go up through the lock in Smithland and go up into the other pool of the Ohio?
No, I just stayed in the Cumberland and the Tennessee. I just trying to keep tight.
Sure, it would be more efficient.
Yeah.
As far as getting around out there, is it navigation pretty easy to get where you're going? Is that going to be a factor?
No, it's pretty much a ditch. I mean, you can run it pretty easy.
All right. We talked a little with some guys leading up to this event that there's some offshore stuff out here. There's a lot of shoreline patterns you can run. Are you mixing it up? Have you gotten on to anything yet? Or?
Man, I can catch Gasper-Goo or drum every cast. That's probably the most solid pattern I have. But I've caught fish doing just about everything.
Okay.
There's different ways to catch them, and the creeks, the offshore stuff, the visible stuff.
Power fishing?
A little bit.
Yeah. Got to mix it up a little. You hinted you might have caught a few quality fish, but they're tough to come by.
Yeah, I can't find anything really grouped up. Decent pattern, but nothing where I can sit and catch them every cast. Other than obviously a couple of the community shirts.
Flow's been pretty consistent, and everything's been fairly easy to get a handle on.
It has in practice. I don't know what when I was here a few weeks ago, they were ripping water out, and now it's just kind of gentle current.
Okay. So, do you think are there conditions that could make things a little better, whether it's weather or current?
This is fishing weather, especially with smallmouth. Bluebird skies and no wind, maybe a different story. We may have to change up, fish a little bit different. But
we've got 2 more days of practice left before we get this thing kicked off. You gonna change it up, go anywhere new, kind of keep hunting around?
I'm just kind of dialing it in, trying to eliminate. I've got 19 fishing poles in the boat, and I think I'm down to about 7 where I feel comfortable throwing. But yeah, I'm trying to get closer to the, not where I don't have to run all over the place.
Okay. Well, you've certainly had a fantastic season. You've won 3 tournaments. Let's just say you win this sucker out here too. You told me you hadn't bought your kids a swimming pool yet. I want to know if it's coming, if you can win number 4 this year.
Yeah, I've been dodging the pool deal all summer, but if that were to happen, yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, it's not just a win that's on the line here. There are 10 Forest Wood Cup spots on the line. Going to Wheeler Lake next year, I'm sure you would love to be there and represent the Texas Division anglers and give it a shot.
That's definitely my goal. Winning it's, that would be awesome, but I just want to, make the cut.
Sure. Well, we would love to see you there. We know you'd be a contender there if you make it, and got a great shot. 10 spots on the line here this week. We're getting this thing kicked off here in just a few days out of Paducah, Kentucky. Thursday, Friday, Saturday tournament. It's the Rayovac FLW Series Championship. Check it out at flwfishing.com.